So my name is Oshaba Samson, and I will be your host for today. So this program is tech mentorship for the junior. So this program we are trying to bridge between the senior guys in the industry and the junior one, or the people who are trying to enter the industry. So today we'll be talking about DevOps industry, and we have a guest today. So his name is Ibrahim Jimo. So Ibrahim, I guess I called that name well. Hello, Ibrahim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, just give me a moment. I'm connecting from the PC right now.
Okay. Okay, so when you are ready, let me know. Okay, so welcome, guys. So welcome, everyone. I guess.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you see me on camera so as well?
Okay. Yes, I can see you.
All right, so I'm going to actually drop off from my mobile phone right now, and we'll continue from here.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Ibrahim have over 8 years industrial experience in DevOps engineering. He has worked with so many companies, and he will be sharing experiences he had throughout the years of working in different industry, different companies, and using different tools. So, so Ibrahim, welcome to the show. We are happy to have you in this episode of our program.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me. Like you've said earlier, and the way you introduced me also to the house, my name is Ibrahim Jimo. I'm a senior DevOps engineer. Currently, I'm working with Musala Soft, which is a vendor to Experian. Experian is a kind of, let's just say, a FinUp company here in Bulgaria. And I have a couple of experience also. Anyway, by February 4th, it will be exactly um, 10 years, still counting in the industry. And, there are a lot of things that we've actually went through because there are a lot of ups and downs in this industry. But, my advice to upcoming and people who are already in the business is just to not give the chance to relent for a minute because the struggle continues. And there is this word I used to share with every guys. It's just that when you actually have your masterpiece right, a lot of company will be fighting for you.
Yeah.
A lot of industry will be bidding on a high rate for you. So,
Yeah.
but if you have some cheap over right now, take it. It's just for you to add more to your experience. I can recall I started with 15,000 naira salary as a support engineer, and here I am today. I can't actually tell you what I'm earning right now.
I know. I guess it will be millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So,
that's an inspiration for us because starting from 15,000 to millions of dollars is a huge inspiration for some of us who are starting out in the industry.
of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. So basically, so we would like you to tell us what DevOps is all about. I have had so many questions from that. What is DevOps? Is it a part of software engineering? Is it graphic design? Also, we want to know what's DevOps engineering. So, yeah.
Okay. In my manners, if you can hear me, please confirm.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Good. Um, I'd like to come in this way. Hello.
Yeah, so I can hear you.
Okay. Good. So now I'd like to come in this way. See DevOps as a kind of a practice that actually collaborates with developers. See yourself like an operation guy, just like we have business, we have developers, we have the operational units who manage the infrastructure, who manage the pipelines, who manage the success built of the developers' effort. So now, many people have actually been mistaking one point for another. They think DevOps is just like a developer's job. We don't understand some of the back-end process. But the only thing we know is we understand the infrastructure required for all these back-end processes to deliver their jobs. So if we would actually put DevOps, in some kind of category, DevOps is more like a kind of a practice that actually do what we call CI, continuous integration, on developers' code. We do a lot of continuous delivery. We do a lot of continuous deployment. And lastly, we have the phase of monitoring, which is the continuous feedback. Now, take for instance, we have developers, every one of us, we had 1 or 2, 3 experience working with developers. Developers will actually have a code up and running on their local system. Now, let's ship this code to the cloud. Then there will be a lot of chaos. There will be a lot of issues. Oh, what is going on? The application is broken again. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to, this is just one of the facts to let us realize that the key role that we play in the game is very, very vital.
Yeah.
So now, for you to call yourself a DevOps guy, you must have experience working with a system administration unit. More or less right now, there is not like system engineers anymore. We call it solution architect. You must understand the infrastructural base of the entire cloud system. And mind you, I will tell you to explore every possibilities right now, because you don't know which of these cloud provider would land you to your dream job. Like, let's say, early my days in the industry, I focused majorly on Azure before I rechannel my energy into AWS. I work with Azure, I work with GCP, I work with DigitalOcean, I work with Oracle Cloud, work with IBM Cloud, I work with all sort of cloud providers that I can't actually name all of them. In fact, I have a friend also who actually called me for troubleshooting some times ago with Linode. I was just like, come on, all these infrastructures, all these cloud providers, they are all the same thing. If anybody is trying to offer you a job because you are very good with Azure and they said, oh, this is AWS related, and you said, oh, I don't know anything about AWS, you are killing your dream. The dream here is to continue learning, continuous learning. That is DevOps. So now, I told a friend of mine sometimes, like, let's say 4 days ago, that when you dream of coming into this space called DevOps, let's just call it this, it's a space in the tech industry right now that the demand is on the high side. In fact, if you are very lucky right now, Poland, Romania, Czech Republic, Netherlands, Turkey, Germany, and and I'm trying to remember this place, Estonia. Yeah, these places I've mentioned right now, they are demanding for expertise in these areas. It's not by you just learning for 6 months and you think you are the best or you are the champion. No, it's a continuous process. You continue learning every day because every day we have some applications in the incubation stage right now. By the time they are being promoted to become a certified and a reliable, stable application, it becomes another practice in another hand. Many companies might be in a kind of a view to make use of this application for a long time. Take, for instance, Jenkins. Jenkins has been in the industry for a long time. All of a sudden, we heard about uh, Flux CD, we heard about Argo CD that could automatically, do the whole seamless job the way Jenkins also has been handling the process right from the beginning, writing the series of stagings. Many people just keep exploring different application, but many industries are more specific here. It's not like Nigeria. It's not like some part of Indian jobs. Like, you must know everything. You must do everything. You must be very focused right now. If you are employed as the CI/CD engineer, or you were given an opportunity to be the configuration engineer, you must be able to work with Terraform, be able to work with Ansible. You must be able to, understand some. You don't need to understand coding in depth. You must be able to read codes, understand what each stage of these codes are trying to, just like be able to express code.
Okay,
But
so
you must not. Oh, you
okay,
still what?
so that means a DevOps engineer should have a basic knowledge of programming.
Just a basic.
Okay, but not to
Just
go in depth.
not to go in depth. Now,
Okay.
take for instance, let's assume there is a line. Okay, let's say we have a React application and there is a line of code there whereby the developer actually mistakenly puts maybe full stop instead of comma. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
As a DevOps engineer, when you see this error in the CI, which is the testing, you should not bother the developer because of just a single full stop.
Okay.
Do you get my point? You just
Yeah.
have to like, oh, I was able to, see your errors and I was able to pick it up and fix it for you, blah, blah, blah. And it's all good. But, most of our DevOps guys also, we are very, maybe we are overstressed. Let me just put it that way because of the situation of things in
Yeah.
Nigeria. Reason it's because you'll be the same guy managing the infrastructure. You'll be the same guy managing the security.
Mm.
You'll be the same guy, doing all sorts of pipelining, writing code for staging, doing all sorts of automation. Here in the Europe, it's just like, if you want to be the automation engineer, you be the automation engineer.
Oh.
If you want to be the DevOps configuration engineer, you be the configuration engineer. And if you want to be the CI/CD engineer, it's just like you have area of expertise and you focus your energy
And
towards that direction.
in Nigeria, basically most companies are trying to cut costs, and so that's why I think that's why they are trying to have one person do almost everything, and the payment is not commensurate with the work done. But that's Nigeria for us anyway. We'll pray that we'll get better soon.
No. The impact is always there
Yeah.
because the deliverables won't come in as it's stated in their what do we call it? Is it their their project deadline and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
you will be overwhelmed.
Of
Sometimes
course.
you have sleepless nights
Of course.
because I think I can recall maybe like 2, 3 days ago, a friend of mine back then in my former office actually reached out to me, said, "Guy, I have this stuff at hand, and I'm a little bit furious to deliver this solution." I was just like, "Come on, yeah, this is not something." Said, "No, it's not that. I have this, I have that." When he was explaining, I just shook my head off and said, "Guy, man, I can't help your situation because the only thing I can focus on right now is just to tell you, oh, how do you want me to come in to assist you? I
Yeah.
can't have all your problems on my head.
Of
I
course.
have to like think straight." So now, um, if you're opportune, please and please don't limit yourself to just, making your
In
job search to be just within Nigeria. Please
Nigerian
search
market.
outside.
Mm,
Nigerian market is something I can call a slavery market. Let me just put it that way.
okay. So maybe we'll talk about remote jobs later, but I guess some people might have some questions to ask. So,
Yeah. They can drop it in the chat box. I can
okay.
actually see the chat
So,
box here. If they
yeah.
have 1 or 2 questions, they can drop it in the chat box. I can see the chat box. Then we can pick it up from there. There are a lot of people here right now. Their
Yeah.
mind is just like they don't know what to focus their energy on right now.
Yeah.
I've been
Okay.
doing
So,
this, I've been doing that. I don't know in what direction I should go.
okay.
Yeah, I got lost before I found myself. I found myself 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The real Ibrahim. I found myself 5 years ago.
Okay.
So, when you discovered your potential, the potential is what you need to channel your energy into. You don't just have to like isolate yourself off the guard. And at the end of the day, you're just like, oh my God. And I like to be like this. And I like to do this. And I like to do that. No,
Okay.
let the world see what you are very good at right now.
Yeah.
Let them see what you can give, what you can put on the table, and be very proud of it.
So before they start dropping their questions, I would like to let everyone know that we have a YouTube channel, and I'm pleading that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll drop the link on the chat box. So if you have any questions, you can drop it. So, but before, so I would like to ask another question. So, what are the day-to-day activities of a DevOps? Like yesterday in your
Mhm,
company, what did you do as a DevOps engineer? Because sometimes we get a general overview of what DevOps is, but we don't
mhm,
have an insight of what we will be doing in the company. Maybe if you are employed as a DevOps engineer.
mhm,
So
mhm.
can you give us more clarity on that?
Okay, yeah. Okay, let me just explain a brief about my day-to-day activities at work. All right. Yeah. As a DevOps engineer, we have what we call the Scrum, and I believe that most developers in the house will understand what Scrum is all about. A Scrum and Agile process. See, this application, it's just like two application. I can just give names of those application, and for those who would like to explore, can go further to explore this application. We have one, we call it Jira, and we have a second one, we call it Confluence. These two applications are different. The story of almost of let's say like every process or the tasks that you do on a daily basis are logged as a backlog on the Jira. But for DevOps engineer on Jira, we have what we call Kanban board. This Kanban board is just like it has some kind of split that shows you work to do, that is your tasks to do, and tasks in progress, and tasks in review state, and tasks complete. So now I have a couple of tickets that might be assigned to me by my team lead, or maybe tickets that I assigned to the junior engineers. So all I just have to do is go to the board. We have day-to-day, we call it daily stand-ups, to talk about what you did yesterday. And if you have any blockers, you can let the entire team to know about your blockers, which is the core part of DevOps, which is called collaboration. We collaborate every day to share our daily problems, to share our progress, and also to actually bring in maybe initiatives like, oh, well, we discovered these also applications, and we are trying to see if this application could be of a best fit, to this also so and so project we have at hand. These are just like, a way to collaborate and to gist about things also as well. That is the first thing you do in the morning. Then after that, you'll be left alone to other meetings. Maybe if you need to reach out to someone that has the solution to your blocker, just like you have a blocker on a task, you can reach out to someone who had already implemented something of such before, or maybe in the history on the Confluence where the details of this application was shared, you found someone who is still in the business who had experience about these previous deliverables. You just reach out to the person on Teams, or maybe if you use any form of collaboration tools, if it is Google, I don't know, is it Google Chat or something like that? You can just go up there and chat up the person. Oh, hi, blah blah blah. You express your situation, and they will guide you on how to do it. And for knowledge transfers, you can search the Confluence, also the Confluence page, where most of these articles on recent project or old project are being logged for knowledge sharing. You can go there to search for, or what are the procedures, or what are the process that you need to take as a step, to automatically get some things done without any delay. So, and another thing again is you try as much as you can to always ensure that you impact to others on a daily basis, because everybody is not an island. We all still keep searching for knowledge every day. So I think in a top notch, what I've shared so far is, let's just say, like the coding part of it, the configuration, the checking and other
No,
stuff,
you don't.
monitoring,
You don't
those
need
ones are
to.
just like, by the way.
By the
You
way,
understand?
yeah.
Yeah, but the major ones are the assigned tasks. So you ensure that you update your tasks every day. After you are done updating your tasks, if you have blockers, reach out. If you have other things, because now we have some kind of ticketing system also in place. If, unlike my side, I'm a tier 3 support engineer. So which means in my role, I have tier 2, tier 1 escalating issues to me. So when it comes to P1 incident is logged directly to my desk, which means I need to act immediately. So we have different levels when we are talking about incidents. We have some which is just like service requests. Oh, hello, yeah, I'm trying to deploy my application, and I noticed that so firewall is blocking, blah blah blah. Because everybody works in the industry with least privilege. So which means if I am the administrator, those who are reporting to me, they don't have the same right I have to the entire infrastructure. So which means you will be at a point to unblock some people, and you will be at a point to ask questions. Why do you need this? Why do you want us to do this? Do you think about this? You just need to know why. You need to know when, why, who, and for what reasons this action needs to take place. So these four stuff could relate to any of your day-to-day activities or to any of your day-to-day deliverables. So you must just be aware of all those things because they are important.
Okay. So now let's talk about remote jobs in Nigeria. So because some of us are basically we want to expand our search to other countries. So maybe can you advise us ways to go about it?
Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. First, you must be a community contributor. You must be able to give some things for free. Just like sometime you need to work for free. I'm not saying that you should work without collecting money. I could actually point out two or three people that actually know me better. The only thing I can ask you money for is when you ask me maybe to prep you or to mentor you for interview or stuff like that. I'll ask you to pay me because it's not a free service. Because I'll be wasting some hours of my time to prep you. And likewise, it's not a bad thing though. You can do it for free if you have a very open mind, because some people will take you for granted and some people will say some shit about you, but don't care about that. If you care about it, it's going to give you a very huge headache. Um, from my point of view, I can give like, let's say, I can give you like, let's say, seven, 1, 2, 3. I can try to give you up to 7. Yeah, places whereby you can get remote jobs. And some of these remote jobs comes with relocation. Oh, yeah. So the number one on the list, they pay less, but it is guaranteed that if you actually pass through all the interview phases, you are going to get yourself a remote job. As I am, most of the times I work from my room, yeah. It's just when I feel like, oh, I don't want to be too isolated. I want to see people. I want to meet people. I can, make a kind of preference on our dailies, and I said, oh, hi everyone, who is going to be in the office on Thursdays? I feel like coming to the office. Then we have people with open minds. Oh yeah, I want to come to the office as well. Come on, let's meet in the office. Let's hang out together. It's just like nobody cares if you come to the office or you don't care. Come to the office here. And I might be in Estonia tomorrow working because I'm still under the GDPR of the Europe. I can be in Turkey. You can travel to any part of the Europe and you'll be working remotely. It has nothing to do with your annual leaves or so like that. So far, you are working because your job is remote. So number one job website I'll give you is Musala Soft. Yeah, if you go to Musala Soft, yeah, you get a job from them. Cool, fine. If you want to reference me, you can reference Ibrahim Jimo as your what do you call it, as your referrer. And number two, I will give you work remote. And number three, we have what we call remotely. Okay, yeah, somebody said I should spell. Can you please spell it? Okay, no problem. Musala Soft. If you can actually see my cloth there, can you see the logo on my shirt? If you can see, please let me
No, we
know.
can't see it. So what will
No,
happen?
the logo is not showing.
What will happen is that sorry, we don't have enough time now. Maybe I will get the list from you later and drop it
Okay.
on the group.
Yeah, we
We have
have
about 5 minutes more remaining, right?
yeah, no problem. Um, so we have a series of websites here that you can actually start, poaching for a remote job. So when you apply to them, they reach out to you, you pass the stages of interview, count yourself in. Poland, Czech Republic, and if you are following me also, you can actually see, many other things like that. Okay, Abdul Latif, you sent a message to me, right? Can you mute yourself? Also in Netherlands, also, you know, they give jobs also, but just that the reason why I chose Bulgaria, I would automatically spit it out clear to the world. It's because of their tax. Their tax is just 10%, 12%. In other countries, it's around 32, 30, 25 on your salary. It's just something that I can see more reasonable of a way of you saving, not working for the government. You know, that is my own view. To other person, it's not the same thing. I think we have 7 minutes on this call. So if we have questions, please let the questions pop in right now. Any question? Moderator, do you discover if we have any other questions
Okay,
to
no,
address?
I don't think there's any other question here. I don't think I can't see any other questions here. So thank you very
Okay.
much, Ibrahim. I have learned a lot from
Okay. Yeah.
what you said, and
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
some people have also
You're
learned a
always
lot,
welcome. You're always welcome.
and I think some of them will follow you on LinkedIn. So if they have questions,
Uh, yeah. You can
they
follow
can.
me on LinkedIn.
So I
You
have
can
dropped
follow
his
me on.
LinkedIn handle on the chat box, so you can follow
All
him
right.
there.
I can see Ibn Hamid Abdul Rahman,
Yeah.
right? You said insightful. Thanks, Ibrahim. Oh, you're welcome.
So thank you for joining us, and
Okay, Abdul Rahman. Okay. Yeah, I think I pronounced it correctly. Yeah,
yeah.
if we have people would like to like unmute themselves and ask some questions, it would be nice. It would be nice. It would be cool to hear ourselves out. This is just please don't be timid. This is free world. Everybody's free to talk. We have 5 minutes to go to call it a wonderful evening. Anyway, it's evening, yeah. All right, Israel, can you please unmute yourself and ask your questions?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good evening. It's evening, yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, I don't really know. I just joined not quite long, but I would have loved to know if I have to have an in-depth knowledge of coding in order to be a very good developer, no, DevOps engineer rather. So
Okay,
yeah, that's my
yeah,
question.
yeah. Thank you very much. I addressed this issue right from the beginning of the whole session. I said you don't have to have in-depth experience of coding. You need to be able to read code. But what you need to work on as, you know, the real thing in DevOps, it's bash scripting, automation process. That is what you need to understand. Okay, and I can see we have someone also raising his hand. Uh, yes, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, thank you once again, Ibrahim. This is Abdurrahman.
All right.
So it's not actually a question. It's just like it's just like an addition to the things you have said. I also started my DevOps journey in 2021, and one thing so far for me that anywhere I find myself, I always want to tell people is, especially for those that are just starting, please don't play with Linux, please. If you must get anything right from the beginning, it is Linux. Just get it right. It's like everywhere I've worked, I found out that once I get to the work, nobody like immediately will start asking you about Docker, Kubernetes, and the likes. A lot of times, the first thing they ask you to do is to work on a Linux server, and it's been amazing so far. So, guys, please, Linux first. Once you can never be wrong once you get that right. Thank you.
Yeah, to
Thank you.
support what Abdurrahman has mentioned on the call, it's one of the key. That is your flavor. Your flavor to DevOps is Linux. You need to understand some parameters. You need to understand configurations. You need to even I'm about to drop something on my page, which is going to be on how to set up a VPN server. I did, just all this kind of stuff to help people that would like to, oh, I want to start working remotely. I need VPN to connect as if I'm connecting from UK or blah, 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 like that. I tell them, you don't have to pay all this exorbitant amount of money to all this VPN service provider. No, you can build things like that yourself. So I've worked on different level when it talks to networking, work on security, work on infrastructure, everything. I have this experience. And the good thing is make Google your best friend. Forget about machine AI and stuff like that. AI would give you some relatively close response to deploy your stuff, but it's not going to do the job for you. You need to actually look into past records to see how things were being implemented, and you can pick knowledge from there and put things together, and you have your flavor right. That is the good part of it. So do we have any other person? We have 2 minutes to go of this call. You said, do I have a YouTube channel? That is the craziest thing so far. I don't have a YouTube channel, but if you guys request, I should, come up with something like a YouTube stuff. I can. Yeah, Rukayat. Salaam
That would
alaikum.
be nice.
Unmute
That would be
yourself.
nice.
Hi, Rukayat. Hello, please ask your question.
How do you have your LinkedIn hand?
Yeah, my LinkedIn handle is just very simple. Just look for Ibrahim.g. Okay, I'll be dropping my email in the chat again. You can use the email to search for me. My name is Ibrahim Jimo, and if you search for Ibrahim Jimo, or you do ibrahim.jimo@outlook.com, you get me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, you can. Okay, we have less than 1 minute, everyone.
So this is the link to his handle, LinkedIn handle.
Point for somebody transitioning.
At what? Okay, yeah, okay. I think the time is up right now. You can drop your message in the group chat on WhatsApp, or I can respond to you there. I'm CloudTech Africa. I'm the founder of CloudTech Africa. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm very glad to have you all on this call.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming on this episode. Thank you. We are glad to have you today.
You're welcome. Ciao.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Masalam.
Yep.